What is going on, everyone? Auto Endeavors here, coming back at you with another video today. Today we're going to be discussing whether or not the Ford Maverick will thrive in the market or it will just suffer the same fate of the Ford Ranger of old. So, what do I mean by when I say what I just said? So basically, the Ford Maverick is Ford's latest pickup truck they are adding to their lineup of pickup trucks. And most people have heard about this vehicle. I've made plenty of videos talking about it, but basically this is the hottest vehicle that is coming out on the market right now. Now, the question that we need to be asking ourselves is this vehicle going to survive and thrive in the market, or is it just going to kind of fade away into the distance? Now, most people are also aware that the Ford Motor Company decided to go ahead and also reintroduce the Ranger not too long ago, just a couple years back now. And the Ford Ranger has done pretty well as far as sales and people ordering it and buying it and things of that nature. It is a very useful vehicle and it serves a very good purpose in the auto market. Lots of people like this truck because they don't need a full size and so on and so forth. But one thing that we need to remember about history and the history of these small pickup trucks is that back in the day when the Ford Ranger used to be made, it was discontinued for a while, but before that time, there were many Ford Rangers put out on the market. And today, if you want to find one of those older Ford Rangers, many of them are going to look something like this. Kind of beat up, kind of paint all over the place, you know, rusty wheels and things of that nature. Now, I'm not saying you can't find a pristine old Ranger. You probably can if you look hard enough. But it definitely is a different world as far as looking for an older pickup truck, and especially in this market right now with where prices are through the roof, no matter what vehicle you're looking for. But pickup trucks are still a very hot commodity. Now, the Ford F-150 is Ford's best-selling pickup truck, and it has been for a very long time. And so because of that, they hold their value quite well. Another thing is, if you want to find an older Ford full-size F-150 pickup truck, chances are you'll have a better chance at finding one in decent condition. As you can see on your screen here, 2005 Ford F-150. Yes, this is somewhat of a stock photo, but chances are if you go and search for an older F-150, 15, 20 years old even, you'll find one, and it might have a few scratches, a few nicks, and a few dings here and there, but chances are it'll maybe be in fairly good condition. Now, that's not to say there's not some that have been just abused to death. There are plenty of that on the market, but there's also a lot of good quality ones. Whereas if you are looking for an older Ford Ranger, most of them are going to just be very used and abused. I don't know why that is. I assume that people spend less on a vehicle, so they care less about keeping it up and keeping it nice. With the way prices are nowadays, when you spend so much money on a vehicle, you want to keep it nice and you want to make it last as long as possible. So, given that the full-size pickup truck is more expensive than the smaller pickup trucks, will the people buying the larger pickup trucks take better care of their vehicles than the people buying the smaller ones? Only time will tell. That is for sure, whether or not those who ordered a new or purchased a newer Ford Ranger will keep them up well or will just use them and abuse them as they see fit. It's just the way the market works and it's just the way things are. But the Ford Maverick, being the latest pickup truck being offered from the Ford Motor Company, gives us a new truck to kind of keep track of. So the question today basically is, will the Ford Maverick 10, 15, 20 years from now be able to be found on the market, used, of course, in decent, good, drivable condition, or will it be on the market and it'll be kind of a fixer-upper kind of deal? Because like I mentioned, many of the Ford Rangers that you find out there today, you can get them for cheap. Don't get me wrong. If you're looking for a pickup truck, you can find a Ford Ranger for cheap. Chances are this one right here, you might be able to get it for $500 to $1,000. If it's running, I'm unsure, but chances are you can pick up this truck cheap. You know, give it a little spray paint job, you know, maybe buff it a little bit, I don't know, work on the engine a little bit, get it running, get it moving, And, you might have a little pickup truck that can, do some small tasks and for an affordable price. And if you don't care how it looks, well, then it works for you. But chances are this truck may need to have some work. It may be burning a little bit of oil, or maybe even leaking oil, or, it might need new rear differential. I mean, all different kinds of things can be a problem with these old pickup trucks, especially something such as the example as you see here. This truck was obviously not kept in immaculate condition. It might have even sat outside for a few years until someone decided to finally sell it, or whatever the case may be. And that's another thing. When these cars sit, it's not very good for them. It doesn't really matter what car you buy, but when you buy like these cheap little Rangers and stuff and you let them sit for years and years and years because you don't need it, but you're just too lazy to sell it, or whatever the case may be, it might have lower mileage, but it's going to probably have some problems having not been started up or anything like that. Whereas full-size used F-150s typically are used as, family cars or everyday vehicles. You find people who drive these to the job site every day or week, or, maybe it's a family who has kids that play soccer, and so they're driving kids to soccer practice in school and things like that. Whereas the Ford Ranger is not that big of a family vehicle. It's more of just, oh, I need a truck just occasionally, so I'll buy it, I'll keep it, but I don't drive it every day. And once I stop needing to do work myself, or I make enough money to where I pay people to do all my yard work and everything, I just kind of let it sit until I decide, hey, I haven't used this in a while, I'm going to go ahead and sell it. But it's definitely an interesting thing to ponder, because we now have a new Ford Ranger on the market, and we are soon to get widespread Ford Maverick coverage on the market as well. Only time will tell as far as how far this vehicle will go and how long it will last on the market, and what the buyers will do with the vehicle. Because it really boils down to the individuals who buy this truck. Are they going to be keeping it up? Or are they going to just kind of let it go to the wayside as far as maintenance and taking care of it and things of that nature? At the end of the day, it is a very affordable truck. It is a very low price truck. But many people who are looking for low price, not all, but some, are also looking to spend as little as possible on maintenance. And that's just one of the things that can be a problem with Mavericks going on in the future. Now, this video is specifically, again, talking about the future life of the Maverick, not necessarily the current immediate future, but the far distance future, because as everyone knows, there is a secondhand market for automobiles out there, and these trucks will be bought, used, and eventually sold if they're not wrecked or just used until they're literally dead. And so let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Do you think this will be a truck that people will maintain very well, and you will see pristine models of these, or very good condition models, years down the line? Or will this be a truck that just kind of gets abused and used and just all used up before it can see any real age timeline advancement? So with all that being said, I appreciate everyone for stopping by and checking out the Auto Endeavors channel. Be sure to hit the like button down below. Hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with future updates on our channel. Be sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below. And with all that being said, until next time, we'll see y'all.